My dear friends, I greet you not just with words, but with the hope that we may grow together in understanding. For in the quiet chambers of the mind there are truths that require no witness, only wisdom. Today, I wish to speak of a principle that does not roar like thunder, but whispers in the hearts of the truly intelligent. It is this, that a wise person, no matter how free or fearless, keeps certain things sacred. In a world that so often demands our every thought, our every feeling, our every plan, we must remember that dignity sometimes lies not in what we share, but in what we protect. An intelligent person guards three things: their dreams, their struggles, and their deepest thoughts, not out of fear, but out of strength. And it is this strength of silence that often defines the soul of the truly free. An intelligent person understands that goals and ambitions are delicate things. They are the seeds of the future, not yet ready to face the wind and rain of outside opinions. When we speak too early about our dreams, we expose them to forces that may weaken their potential. The world is filled with critics, doubters, and even well-meaning voices that might project their fears onto our vision. These voices, while sometimes subtle, can plant uncertainty in the mind, causing hesitation or self-doubt. That is why wise individuals nurture their ambitions in silence, allowing their efforts to speak for them in time. Furthermore, when we publicize our goals too soon, we risk experiencing premature praise, which can be just as dangerous as criticism. It gives a false sense of accomplishment that may kill the motivation needed to actually achieve what we have set out to do. Intelligent people recognize that discipline and focus flourish in quiet. By keeping their plans private, they create a space free from distractions and expectations, enabling them to make mistakes, learn, and grow without external pressure. There is also a psychological benefit in keeping one's goals private. It protects the mind from comparison. In silence, you move at your own pace. You are not racing against others or trying to meet imagined deadlines created by the world's applause. Privacy allows for clarity and intention. It fosters a direct connection between the individual and their purpose, unfiltered by the noise of the outside world. This connection is vital for perseverance when challenges arise, and when the path ahead becomes uncertain. In today's world, where oversharing has become the norm, holding back requires strength. It takes character to say nothing, to work in silence, and to show results instead of promises. But intelligent people understand that it is better to surprise the world with success than to feed it with empty declarations. They value progress over attention. They do not seek validation through words, but through the fulfillment of what they set out to do. In silence, they sharpen their vision, strengthen their will, and prepare themselves to meet their goals with integrity and purpose. An intelligent person knows that the matters of home and heart are not public consumption. In a world that increasingly thrives on openness, the wise still recognize the irreplaceable value of privacy when it comes to personal life and family. Relationships, whether with parents, siblings, partners, or children, are built on trust, and that trust thrives best in environments protected from outside interference. When private matters are exposed, they become vulnerable to the opinions, judgments, and sometimes even the interference of others who neither understand the full context nor have the best intentions. Discretion in family affairs is not secrecy born of shame, it is protection born of love and wisdom. Not every disagreement needs an audience. Not every celebration needs applause. Intelligent people understand that keeping family matters within the walls of the home maintains peace, dignity, and respect among those involved. Publicizing conflicts or struggles may offer temporary sympathy or drama, but it often sows the seeds of long-term damage. When others are given a window into your private life, they may take liberties, offer unsolicited advice, or spread misinformation. all of which can harm relationships and mental well-being. Privacy also creates a safe space for emotional growth. Family members should feel free to express their emotions and work through difficulties without fearing exposure or judgment from outsiders. Intelligent individuals protect that space because they know that healing, forgiveness, and understanding often happen in quiet, not in front of an audience. They do not use social media or casual conversations as platforms to share every detail of their home life. They recognize that dignity lies in restraint, and that silence often speaks louder than explanation. Additionally, intelligent people understand that not everyone wishes them well. Even friends can become envious, curious, or critical when given too much insight into someone's personal world. By keeping their private life discreet, they protect not only their loved ones but also the peace of their own minds. It becomes easier to manage relationships when there is no external pressure or speculation influencing how people behave or interact. In being selective about what they share, intelligent individuals are not being cold or distant. They are being intentional. They show respect for their family by honoring the sanctity of their shared moments, whether good or bad. They understand that not everything is meant to be explained or justified. Some things are simply meant to be lived quietly and with care. An intelligent person understands that their financial situation, whether one of abundance or struggle, is best kept private. Money, though a tool for comfort and opportunity, often invites judgment, envy, or false assumptions when made visible to others. Disclosing one's income, assets, or financial challenges can attract attention for the wrong reasons. People may begin to treat you differently, not for who you are, but for what they perceive you to possess or lack. The wise recognize that this shift in perception can complicate personal relationships, disrupt professional dynamics, and even place them at risk of manipulation or exploitation. When someone constantly speaks about their financial success, they may unintentionally create feelings of insecurity in others or provoke jealousy among peers. Intelligent individuals know that true wealth does not require announcement. It reveals itself in how one lives, not in how one boasts. They choose modesty over showmanship, allowing their discipline, generosity, and stability to be the quiet indicators of financial wisdom. In contrast, openly sharing financial struggles can also lead to unintended consequences. It may lead others to question one's capabilities, offer unsolicited advice, or worse, use that vulnerability as a point of control or gossip. Moreover, discussing money too openly can blur boundaries. Friends, acquaintances, or even relatives may begin to make assumptions or develop expectations, believing that financial help will always be available, or feeling entitled to resources that are not theirs. The intelligent person draws a firm but silent line. They offer help when it aligns with their values, not because of perceived obligation. By keeping their financial status private, they retain control over their choices, free from guilt, pressure, or social debt. Privacy around finances also supports inner peace. It removes the burden of comparison. In a world where social media often distorts reality, portraying luxury lifestyles without showing the debt, pressure, or sacrifices behind them, those who stay quiet about their own finances are able to focus inward. They live according to their means, save and invest wisely, and make decisions based on their personal goals rather than external validation. Intelligent individuals understand that financial health is a deeply personal journey, and broadcasting it rarely brings real value. This approach to privacy is not rooted in fear or shame, but in strategy and self-respect. By choosing silence over exposure, intelligent people maintain security, independence, and dignity. They understand that whether they are building wealth or managing scarcity, peace of mind is worth far more than public opinion. An intelligent person understands that sharing too much of themselves, especially their thoughts, struggles, or intentions, often invites unnecessary judgment and misunderstanding. In today's world, where openness is celebrated and oversharing is normalized, the ability to hold certain things back is a mark of maturity and wisdom. Not everyone who listens does so with empathy, and not every person who hears your story is worthy of it. When one reveals too much, they expose their inner world to the projections, insecurities, and limited perspectives of others, which can often distort the truth and create more harm than clarity. Judgment, whether subtle or overt, can shake confidence and weaken resolve. People may not understand the depth of your reasoning, the pain behind your choices, or the intention guiding your path. Instead, they often respond based on their own experiences and biases. Intelligent individuals recognize this risk and therefore choose to protect their emotional and mental space. They know that explaining too much invites opinions they never asked for and feedback that may not be constructive. By choosing to speak less and listen more, they avoid placing themselves in positions where they must defend their thoughts, values, or decisions. Additionally, sharing personal challenges or vulnerable emotions with the wrong audience can lead to exploitation. Some people may use this information to feel superior, to gossip, or even to manipulate. Intelligent people observe first. They measure the character of others before offering any piece of themselves. They understand that trust is earned, and disclosure must be intentional. Not every friendship is deep, and not every relationship is safe enough to hold one's truth. The wise do not mistake sympathy for loyalty or curiosity for compassion. There's also a subtle strength in being unpredictable. When people do not know everything about you, they cannot easily control or influence you. They cannot use your past against you, nor can they anticipate your next move. Intelligent people value this quiet power. By keeping certain things to themselves, they maintain their freedom, independence, and dignity. They remain rooted in their truth while staying above unnecessary drama, conflict, or criticism. They are not cold or distant. They are simply cautious about where they place their trust, in being mindful of what they share and with whom. Intelligent individuals protect their peace. They speak when necessary and keep silent when it serves their well-being. They are not seeking validation through exposure, nor are they afraid of vulnerability. They simply choose to be strategic with their words. They know that being heard is not always more important than being understood, and that sometimes understanding comes best in quiet reflection, not in loud explanations. An intelligent person recognizes that silence is not a weakness but a powerful strategy. In a world full of noise, opinions, and constant chatter, the ability to remain quiet and composed is a rare strength. Silence allows for clarity of thought, for observation, and for control over one's emotions and reactions. It is in silence that one learns the most, not just about others, but about oneself. The wise do not rush to speak or to respond, because they understand that timing and restraint often matter more than the words themselves. In stillness, they gain insight that others miss in haste. Remaining silent, especially in difficult or emotionally charged situations, is a skill that reflects deep self-awareness. Intelligent individuals know that not every comment deserves a reaction, and not every question requires an answer. They understand that silence can diffuse conflict more effectively than argument, and that patience can often reveal the truth without confrontation. While others may be Eager to assert themselves or prove their point, the wise remain calm, choosing their words with care, or sometimes choosing not to speak at all. Their silence is not emptiness, it is a deliberate and powerful presence. Silence also gives space for others to reveal themselves. When we talk too much, we give away not only our thoughts but also our intentions and vulnerabilities. But when we remain silent, we listen more, we observe more, and we understand people more deeply. Intelligent individuals use this to their advantage. They allow others to speak freely, revealing their values, fears, and motives while they quietly gather information. This makes them better decision makers, more effective communicators, and stronger in both personal and professional interactions. There is also discipline in silence. In moments of anger, stress, or temptation, speaking hastily can lead to regret. A single sentence said in emotion can damage relationships or destroy opportunities. The intelligent person takes a breath, holds back, and allows their emotions to settle before expressing themselves. They understand that what is said in haste cannot be taken back, and that silence often prevents unnecessary pain. This emotional control is a mark of true maturity and self-mastery. In addition, silence protects one's energy. Constantly engaging, explaining, defending, or arguing drains mental and emotional strength. The intelligent individual guards their energy by avoiding unnecessary conversations and irrelevant debates. They do not waste time trying to change the minds of those unwilling to listen. Instead, they stay focused on what matters, using their voice only when it will serve a purpose. Their silence becomes a boundary, a way of saying no without explanation, of maintaining peace without conflict. Ultimately, silence is not the absence of thought or feeling, but a conscious decision to speak only when it adds value. It reflects wisdom, strength, and confidence. An intelligent person does not need to announce their every move or prove their worth with words. Their silence speaks of their depth, their awareness, and their power. In that quiet, they find focus, protect their purpose, and move forward with intention and calm.